All right, good evening, students. You are welcomed for the lectures on atomic structure, students. Last time you have been told the subatomic particles which were there in the atoms, and we talked with you isotopes, average atomic masses, how they are determined, students. Today's topic is more important. First of all, you are aware of something called electronic configuration, students. Electronic configuration. What is the use of electronic configuration? Why we are interested in this, students? You should be very well aware of it. That the arrangement of electrons in atom, the distribution of electrons in different shells of the atom, student, is important because that is will help us learning the chemistry which we are doing. So what we are saying, students, electron configuration means the arrangement of arrangement of electrons students in different shells of the atom. What we said till now, that there are shells inside the atom. We are giving very simple picture yet, because in the shells there are subshells, there are orbitals in which the electrons live. So we are going to discuss all this. But first of all, simply we are saying that we told you that inside the atom you have a nucleus, and outside the nucleus electrons are moving at very high speed in shells, students. And as we move away from the nucleus, what happens? The energy of the electron increases. So the distribution of electrons in shells, which we call as energy levels. What we call shells as, students? Energy
Energy
levels.
levels.
And simplest one, we said this is represented by a value of n, student, which is called the principal quantum number. These energy levels are written by given by a number which we use, principal quantum number, which I am showing n. N can have value 1, 2, 3, 4, and up to infinity I can go. So these are the different shells which are present outside the nucleus, in which our electrons are living, students. Second thing, we said the uh, lowest energy level, which will be the lowest energy level, students, when n will be equal to 1. That is called, student, K shell. This is what we call as a K shell. The names which are given, student, K shell. So if I have the other shell, if I say n equal to 1, n equal to 2, n equal to 3, n equal to 4, these are the energy levels, student. This we call as K shell, L shell, L shell, students, M shell, N shell, and so on. This we are aware of. You are aware of this, students. The
Yes, sir.
simplest thing which we are saying. So the maximum number of electrons in each shell is given by a rule, student, which we use. Can you tell me what is the formula? What is the formula to find maximum number of electrons in each shell? How many electrons can be there in each shell, student? There is a formula. What is the formula? 2n square. N is this value. N is
Yes,
the value
sir.
of principal quantum number. That means, student, for K shell, N is equal to 1. So what will be the maximum number of electrons
Two electrons.
which can live in K shell. 2
2
n
electrons.
square means 2, 1 the square 2. And if n is equal to 2, students, how many electrons can live in L shell?
There will be eight electrons
Okay, you are
maximum.
saying this will be maximum number of electrons will be 2 into 2 the square 8. If M shell, student, n equal to 3, what is the maximum number of electrons, student? 2, 3 the square, how much?
18.
18. If I have L, then what will be the maximum electron, students? N equal to 4.
Uh,
What is the value coming, students?
32.
32. And if I say n equal to 5, student, K L M K L M K L K L M N, this should be N, K L M N O. Okay, what should be this? 2, 5 the square. How much?
50.
50. Okay. You don't have that many electrons in the atom. You know what is the periodic table which you have, students. Atom, each element is represented by atomic number, which is equal to number of protons. Atomic number is equal to number of protons. So you are saying 1, 2, up to maximum you are seeing in the periodic table till date 118. So they have completed this periodic table, students. If there are 118 protons, student, there will be 118 electrons. We don't have more than that, then we don't need them. Just to show you that this is a scheme which can be used. Okay. Now you already know, students, how many points we have given? 4 points. Fifth point, you know, when the filling of electron will be done, the general rule will be general rule for filling the electrons will be, student, which shell will be filled first, student? The lowest energy. You always go from lower energy to higher energy. Yes or no? Okay?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
If you are entering a 15th floor building, first you go to ground, first, second, third, you are climbing. Electrons will go to the first shell first. If there are more, they will go to the second, third, and maximum number you have already calculated, which can be in a shell. Because a lower energy means more stability. Atom wants to be stable. Stable means it wants to have the lowest energy, students. So in general, we know that the lower energy will be filled first. After it is filled completely, what you are saying, that if you have this type of situation, student, you are saying there are shells, students. KLM. First, this will be filled. If this is completely filled, then it will go to the next and so on. That is what we are saying. Right?
Yes, sir.
This is how the electrons are orbiting. You are seeing around the nucleus at very high speed, students. So all you are saying is the filling order is like this: lower to higher energy. The energy increases as you go away from the nucleus. Okay?
Yes, sir.
This is the, and you know, in the first only 2, then 8, then 18, like this. This is okay. We asked you question, student, what is electromagnetic radiation, student?
Electromagnetic.
What is electromagnetic radiation? What is electromagnetic? Now I'm saying in the books you will find there is a electromagnetic spectrum, student. What do you mean by spectrum, student? We are saying that light is a form of energy. And in this light, there are different type of waves, student. Different types of electromagnetic radiations are all waves, students. But there are different types of waves. You have heard about visible, infrared, Ultraviolet, X-ray, gamma ray, student, there are different type of rays, radiations. They are nothing but we are saying they are waves. What are these students? These are waves, students. Different type of waves mean what, student? What do you mean by different type of waves? When I say they are different type of waves, what it means, student?
Different.
Or in any electromagnetic radiation, there are different type of waves. Means there are waves of different frequency,
Yes, sir.
or what you say? They have different energy. They have different frequency, students, because energy is related to the frequency. E is equal to h mu. Mu is a frequency, students. They have different frequency, they have different energy, and what you say, they have different wavelength, students. Wavelength, length of the wave, student. If it is a wave, it has a length. It has a length, and you already know, student, the energy is proportional to the frequency of the wave. The more the frequency, more the number of waves passing per second from a particular point, student, more the frequency, more is the energy, and energy, or you can say frequency, is inversely proportional to wavelength. Longer the wavelength,
Yes, sir.
lesser the energy of the wave,
Yes, sir.
lesser the frequency. I think these things you are familiar with already, students, that what we are talking by now. So there are various forms of electromagnetic radiations that you are saying. There are various forms of electromagnetic radiation. Very important.
Okay.
Very,
Yeah.
very important point of this. Okay?
Yes, sir.
And they are waves. They are waves. They have different. They have different frequency and or wavelength. But these electromagnetic radiations have the speed of light in vacuum. These electromagnetic radiations travel in vacuum with what speed of light? What is the speed of light? Students, tell me, what is the speed of light? Do you know what is the value of the speed of light? You use it a
I do
lot.
it.
Give me the value, students.
Speed of light is 2.9 into 10.
You can write 3 into 10.
Or 3.3 into 10 to the power 8.
Give me the units also. Without that, it has no meaning.
3 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second.
Okay. So all these waves in vacuum will travel with the speed of light. But their frequency is different. Their energy is different. Frequency is different. Energy is different. That is why, student, what we talked of electromagnetic spectrum. What I am saying is an electromagnetic spectrum, and in your book somewhere they will have given the diagram of student, this electromagnetic spectrum, how it looks like. Electromagnetic spectrum. This is all made up of waves of different frequency and different energy. Visible is only a small part of it. Visible region in which we can see is only a small part of it, student.
Yes, sir.
You have visible, then you have UV, you have ultraviolet, infrared, and so many types of these, students. This is only a part of what I am talking about. What I am talking about, student, the electromagnetic radiation. So if you will see in the book, student, how it will look like, we are saying that the electromagnetic radiations are different type of waves. They are different frequency, different energy, different wavelength, but their speed is same. So you have something called visible. This
Yes,
region
sir.
is where you can see, and here you have ultraviolet. You have heard about UV radiation,
Yes,
visible
sir.
radiation. Then you have heard about X-rays, students. You have heard about gamma rays. Then students, you have heard about infrared rays. Infrared, you have heard about infrared IR. You have heard about microwaves. Microwave oven, student, you are using microwaves. You are using microwaves, and then you are using radio waves, student. So here is a part what I shown you, student. In other words, in if you go from here to this side, students, this side, the energy is increasing. Energy or frequency increases. Yes or no? These are a very high energy radiations. If energy increases and if I go this side, student, if I go this side, what will happen then? Frequency will decrease,
Yes, sir.
but increasing wavelength. Increasing wavelength, students, yes or no? The wavelength is increasing, energy is increasing because you have told frequency is c by lambda. C is the velocity of the light, lambda is the wavelength. So you are saying energy is inversely proportional to lambda is the wavelength, lambda the wavelength. ठीक है? Exact values will be given in the book. You want to see them, student? You can see them. You can see the exact values in the book, students. So what we are saying that radiations are electromagnetic radiations are waves of different frequencies, which we have given. What type of waves are there of different frequencies?
Different frequencies.
One more interesting thing is that there are experiments to prove, students, that they have properties of electromagnetic radiations. Students have properties of particles also. Properties of a particle. They can behave as a particle also, and this is what we call as photons. Photon, student, an equation has been given there, and E is equal to H into mu. H is Planck's constant, mu is the frequency. They are also photons. That is what they said, that there is a dual nature of light, student. You are aware of it. It can act as a particle as well as a wave, student. And the visible light is made up of different wavelengths. Visible light is not white light, is made up of different wavelengths, students. What are the spectrum, color spectrums? Colors or spectrum of visible light. How many colors are there?
There are 7 colors.
Seven: violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange, and red, student. ठीक है? Which has the highest energy?
Yes, sir. Violet has the highest energy.
Okay, violet has the highest energy. That's correct. The energy is like this. This is the order of energy. That means, student, red color which you see has the lowest energy, therefore longest wavelength, order of energy. Therefore, you are saying red Color here is the lowest energy, lowest frequency. Okay. Then longest wavelength. Longest wavelength, you are saying, student? Right? Tell me. Yes.
Yes. Pardon?
Okay. Keep your energy high. Interact with me, student. Talk with me. Participate in the lecture. It is not a lecture from my side. You are a participant, students. You are equally involved in the lectures. You will take part in the lecture, and you are lecturing me. I am lecturing you. Don't worry. Equal status, equal things. No problem. Now the question which was main problem in the structure of the atom. You are saying there are energy levels in the atom, student. We are saying there are energy levels, there should be experimental evidence for that. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So, without experimental evidence, can I say there are energy levels? So we must have evidence of energy levels. Energy levels in the atom. You are saying there are energy levels in the atom, then they will say, okay, what evidence you have, what evidence I do in the science. I am talking of experimental evidence, student. We must be able to do some experiments which will prove that experimental evidence should be there. Without experiment, what science we are doing? Nothing. That only we are talking theoretical. So there has to be experiment, student. And you know what was the most important experiment which led to the Bohr's postulates? Do you know, students? Can you help me? Which experiments were being done, students, in order to say that there are energy levels? And which spectrum was studied? The first one. After which Bohr proposed his own Bohr's atomic model, and which contained energy levels. Electrons are moving in fixed orbits or fixed energy levels, and so long as they move, they don't lose energy, students. Bohr's model, what I'm talking. Can you tell me what was experiment which was done mainly? You know, the study of spectra, study of students, hydrogen hydrogen atom spectrum is very important. Hydrogen atom spectrum was being studied, students. Just now I talked of electromagnetic spectrum, electromagnetic radiation, UV, visible, infrared, all these. You know, if you pass white light through a glass prism, you see 7 colors. And you get a spectrum which we call as a continuum spectrum. There's a continuous spectrum of colors which you see. You can do that in physics lab, you will see that. So there was a study of the hydrogen atom spectrum. How it was studied, students? What experiment was done? What experiment was done, student? What the scientists were working, there is an instrument called spectroscope. Spectroscope is a machine, student, is an instrument which can record the spectra or the lines or light which is emitted by the atoms by the atoms. Why will they emit radiation or light? We will see that. What way they did, student? This there is a something called, student, discharge tube.
Okay.
What is a discharge tube? Supposing this is something like a discharge tube, I'm saying this is some glass tube, student. A complete apparatus you can see in the book, student. Complete diagrams are given. So what we have, student, this we can say is a discharge tube, student. And this contains electrodes. Students, electrodes are there, positive and negative electrodes. One is anode, other is cathode. And what they do, student, they will apply a very high voltage. What will we do?
Oh,
We will apply a very high voltage is there. Inside this is, student, hydrogen gas at very low pressure. At very low pressure. Pressure is very low, high voltage is applied, and what they observed, glowing of the gas. The glowing of gas is observed, students. What happened? Glows, glowing of the gas. What do you mean by glowing? That means some radiations are emitted by the gas. Is it that what it means? So the gas is emitting light, radiation. What the gas is doing? At low pressure, you apply high voltage. The result is, students, it will emit what it will emit? Certain radiations. Okay? So light is emitting. So what they did then, they, whatever emissions was taking place, students, there's an instrument which I said, spectroscope. Okay? This light is allowed to pass through spectroscope, students. And what they observed, student, the emission spectrum of hydrogen atom, student. This was the study of the emission spectrum of the hydrogen atom. Okay? And this
yes, sir.
was studied by the scientist, student. Is I am saying we are studying the emission spectrum. What happens? The hydrogen is gas is there. When high energy, high voltage, what will happen? It will dissociate into hydrogen atoms. And these hydrogen atoms, student, will get excited.
Okay, sir.
Excited atoms. What is excited? Electrons are excited. Electrons are excited. And when they will fall back, because they will exist in excited state only for a very, very short period of time, students, 10 minus 8 seconds only. After that, they will fall back to the ground state, lower state, and they will emit radiation, whatever light we are saying. And that is what we are recording in the spectroscope. The emitted radiations, when the atoms are excited, they fall back, emit the radiations we record in spectroscope. Got it? And students, usually we are aware of a continuous spectrum that you see when the light is emitted, you see all wavelengths of emitted lights. But in the case of hydrogen, students, what they've observed, they observed, students, series of sharp and bright lines. In the case of hydrogen atom, students, in the visible region, students, what they observed, what was observed, student, what was observed? Series of sharp, series of sharp, bright lines, bright lines, students, on a dark background. On a dark background. So this was very important point, that they got series of lines. What they obtained, students? Certain lines were obtained. Certain lines were obtained, students. You can see certain lines are obtained. In the case of the hydrogen student. And then background is black. Dark background and series of lines. Series of
Okay.
lines. This is an increasing frequency. Increasing frequency students. Though, so the sharp lines have been obtained, not a continuous spectrum. It was not a continuous spectrum. Not a continuous spectrum. Is it clear up to now what I said? What I am studying? The hydrogen spectrum. How in a discharge tube you apply high voltage at very low pressure. There is emission of the certain wavelengths of light students or radiation. We pass the radiation through spectroscope and get the lines. What we obtained was line student, not a continuous spectrum. This is a point to be noted. ठीक है? Have you noted all this?
Yes, sir.
There are two types of spectrum student. What is the difference? What is the difference between line, these are emission spectrum which we are studying, line spectrum and continuous spectrum. What is the difference? Tell me what is the difference between line spectrum and continuous spectrum. Here you will see only certain
spectrum of the
certain frequencies. What do you mean?
certain frequencies in the spectrum.
Certain frequencies or wavelengths. Certain frequencies or wavelengths, students, of light present. This was I have told about visible part, but other parts of hydrogen was also studied. Ultraviolet, infrared by other scientists. This is a visible part I am talking. I said other parts have also been studied. Emission of line also takes place in infrared and ultraviolet region. So when it is a continuous spectrum, student, means all frequencies or all wavelengths
All wavelengths of light.
of light will be emitted. Of light emitted. And in the case of the hydrogen, you are not getting a continuous spectrum. You are not getting a continuous spectrum. What you are getting in the case of hydrogen atom, the hydrogen atom spectrum is, what is the hydrogen atom spectrum? You are getting line spectra. This is called a line spectra. What you are getting? A line spectrum. That means only certain lines were observed and not the lines corresponding to all the colors. Not the lines corresponding to all the colors. Only certain lines, certain frequencies were observed, students. Only certain wavelengths were obtained in the case of hydrogen atom. This is what we are studying, the emission spectrum. And this line spectra is very important because if I take another element instead of hydrogen, that will also produce something like a line spectra, but it will be different from the hydrogen. So each element, student, each element, different element, student, has its own unique different emission spectrum. And that can be used for the identification of the element. Identification of the element, students. How you say on sun there's a lot of helium gas, hydrogen gas, all that. We study the spectrum and then we say that these elements are present. Different elements spectrum will be different, therefore we can study them. The instrument we have told you is mass spectrometer, student, mass spectrometer. Now the
Okay.
question before us is, why will we get lines in the case of the hydrogen or different elements? What explanation can we give? Why do not we get a continuous spectrum? Why we did not get a continuous spectrum, student, in the case of hydrogen? Question. Can you tell me what is your answer? Why you are not getting a continuous spectrum in the case of hydrogen? What explanation or what it evidence this the experiment, this is experimental result, experimental data, what we can conclude from this? It was proposed, student, it is proposed to explain line spectrum of hydrogen atom. We are saying there are electrons are present. ठीक है, we are saying, we can say that, what we can say, that there are energy levels, or shells, students, in the atom, and electrons are promoted to higher energy levels from lower energy levels. In the case of hydrogen, that electron is present in the ground state, student. There are so many atoms, so many millions of atoms, they will be excited. So electrons are promoted to higher energy levels. Okay? And the electron is unstable. Student, in higher energy level. Then what will happen? Will fall to a lower energy level. In a short, very, very short period of time. This time period is very, very small. In very, very small time, around 10 minus 8 seconds, I'm saying. It is so fast that such a fast thing takes place. So the electron jumped when it absorbed energy, but unstable, it falls back and then it emits. When it will fall back, what will happen, student? When electrons fall from higher to lower energy levels, students, what will they do? They will emit, student, radiations of definite frequency or wavelength, students. And what you will observe, student, will be line spectrum. Where I will show you by a diagram also. First, is it any doubt here what we said?
No, sir, no doubt.
Okay. What we are saying, student? What happened, students? This is your nucleus. This is your ground state. ठीक है? Higher states are more like this. ठीक है? Electrons were here. They are excited to. Some are excited here. When they absorb light, student, they are excited. ठीक है? Excited from lower, if this is energy E1 student, this is energy E2, E3, E4, like this. The electrons goes from E1 to supposing E5, higher energy. It will go to many, because there are millions of atoms, and then they fall back. And this is energy absorbed. ठीक है? This electron in the case of hydrogen is in here in the ground state. One hydrogen, one proton and one electron. What is hydrogen? One proton and one electron. ठीक है? Hydrogen. And then what will happen? What happened then? These electrons, students, these are the shells. Okay, my drawing may not be very good. Please excuse me for that. Supposing the electron falls from here to here, what will happen?
It will emit light.
It will emit radiation, student. This wavelength corresponding to, supposing this is E1 and this is E2. Then E2 minus E1, delta E. So this much energy radiation will be emitted, student. This much energy radiation will be emitted. And we know already this is equal to, related with h mu. Mu is a frequency of the radiation. So there will be jumps to all lower energy levels from fifth to the ground, from fourth to the ground, from sixth to the ground state. This is the first one. And different wavelengths of light will be emitted. That is what we observed in the case of the hydrogen atoms. So the electron from here falls back. So electron will only stay for a short period of time, and then electrons which are by the in the discharge tube, high voltage applied, electrons are excited, they fall back. How many electrons? Millions of atoms are there, students. So many atoms, very. Then once they start falling, what happens, students? They start emitting certain definite wavelengths or frequency. So this is light is given out, this because this is light is given out, so we call it emission spectra. Why do you call it emission spectrum, student? Because light is emitted. ठीक है? The light is emitted, the electromagnetic radiation is emitted. We call this as an emission spectrum, student. Emission spectrum. So therefore, student, because line spectrum is observed in the case of what I am doing, hydrogen atom. What I am studying, hydrogen atom spectrum, student. ठीक है? This provides evidence. What evidence it gives, students? Electrons in an atom, students, in an atoms are allowed to have only certain, ठीक है, amount of energy, students, certain amount of energy.
Okay.
So that means, student, what we are saying, that only certain energy levels are allowed. Certain energy levels are allowed in which electrons will live. Not all are allowed. If all are allowed, then what will happen? Then there will be a continuous spectrum. There will be a continuous spectrum then. So only certain energy levels are allowed, students. And for example, if I say something like this, students, that certain energy levels are allowed means what? What we are trying to say that here, if I show it by lines like this, supposing this is n equal to 1 energy level, in this electrons can live. From here the electron was excited, then I am saying there is energy level 2, n equal to 2. Inside nothing. There is nothing is inside this. Only this energy. After that n equal to 2 level. Then you are saying n equal to 3.
Yes,
There
sir.
is nothing in between. This is where electron can be. This is where electron can be. This is where electron. If electron was everywhere, then continuous spectrum will be obtained. Then I am saying, okay, this is 4, n equal to 4. Energy gap is decreasing, energy gap is increasing. This is, I am saying, increasing energy. Increasing energy, students, as you go from lower to higher. These are my energy levels. Lowest energy level 3, 4. Then I am saying n equal to 5, students. Then I am saying n equal to 6. ठीक है? So what happened? When energy was given, electrons got excited. Electron is excited, student. After excitation, where the electrons are? These electrons are present here, 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 excited to different energy levels. It fall backs. This fall backs. This will be different energy. E1, E2. E2 minus E1 will be a different frequency, student. And if it falls from E3, this is my E3, and E3 minus E1 will be a different frequency, and it falls from 4 to, this is E4, energy E4. If energy E4 minus E1 will be again different, students, and it falls from fifth to the ground state, student, then this is my E5. E5 minus E1, student, will be H mu 4. Then if it falls from sixth energy level to the lower energy level, E6 minus E1, H mu 5. So different wavelengths will be observed. Lambda 1, lambda 2, lambda 3, lambda 4. So you are getting different wavelengths, but not continuously all the wavelengths. Not continuously all the wavelengths, students. This is the first important evidence that there are energy levels in which electrons live. Only certain energy levels are allowed with certain energies. Not all energy levels are allowed. Electron can have only certain amount of energy. Electron can have this energy, this, but not here, not here, not here. That could only explain the line spectrum of hydrogen atom. Tell me yes or no. Yes or no.
Yes, sir.
So students, electrons in energy level, only transition between two discrete energy levels are possible, and a line spectrum is produced. If electrons in an atom could have any energy, then all transitions would be possible. Only certain transitions are allowed. Only certain transition of electrons are allowed. Electrons are allowed, students. Therefore, we get student only certain lines in the spectrum of the hydrogen. If all transitions were allowed, that means if any energy, if all the transitions of all energies will be allowed, then what will happen, student? We will get a continuous spectrum. But we do not get continuous spectrum in the case of the hydrogen atom. So this was the beginning, students, of what we said, the the basis on which Bohr proposed this atomic model. These are the experiments. The lines were observed, student, not only in the visible part. There are different series which we will explain. The lines were also observed in UV, in IR. So the visible spectrum was studied. After that, in between, large number of scientists were studying. There is a, as I said, the spectral lines for hydrogen falls in Lyman, Balmer, Paschen, Brackett, and Pfeffer series. Ultraviolet. The Balmer was the one who studied the. Balmer is the scientist who studied the visible region of hydrogen spectrum. Hydrogen spectrum. Because hydrogen is the simplest atom because it contains only one electron, students. Therefore, this was studied and the results are before us. And we can say that there are energy level, students, in which the electrons live in the atom. Okay, I finish my lecture here, student. Any doubt? Do you have any doubt, students?
No, sir.
Okay, then this is the basis of the hydrogen model of the atom. We will meet you in our next class. Good night, students. Keep working hard, and I will meet you in my next class. Okay, bye bye. Good night.
Good night, sir. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.